The reality is, the more risk you take, the luckier you get. So people need to learn to take one big risk a day. Every day take a risk and build up that risk muscle, because risk is where success comes.
Risk must be taken for the greatest. Hazard in life is to risk nothing.
Take the biggest fucking risks of your entire life right now. Remember, you have time.
I think that most people, the reason that they lack success in their life is that they lack the courage to make the decisions that need to be made to put them in the position that they want to be in.
You can get so scared, and you can be so easily lulled into the idea that good is good enough, that feeling safe and comfortable is what you should always be looking for. That way of thinking, in your 20s in particular, dead fucking wrong. I want you to start to create this mindset of taking risks and going big.
All right. Welcome, everybody, to R2R Live, episode number 148. Yes, episode 148, guys. It's a late night special, a late night live stream. And I mix it up. Sometimes I'll do morning, sometimes I'll do night. It seems based off of the algorithm. And by the way, if you want to get the algorithms pumping and grinding, post notifications on YouTube. Make sure you hit the post notifications, you subscribe, you post a comment, you like, you do all that. All right. Also, post notifications exist on X, aka Twitter, the freedom of speech platform. Shout out to Elon Musk. Make sure you follow, retweet. This will be posting right now as we speak, live on X. Okay, where we're going to talk very soon here. Let's talk about Pulsechains Biggest Secrets. Okay, so remember, follow me on X, post notifications, like, retweet, do the whole shebang. We're gonna get right into it here. Let's before we get going, remember, I am not a financial advisor. I am for damn sure not a professional. This is cryptocurrency. Don't ever allow an influencer on any social media platform out there to influence you when it comes to cryptocurrency, because you might lose it all. All right, now that we got that out the way, take a look what's going on Pulsechain, guys. We got that good old update on Pulsechain.com. The user interface has some changes that we talked about recently. Price of Pulse, 4 zeros to the 264. PulseX, 4 zeros to the 211. Ink at $1.14. HEX at 2 zeros to the 524. Man, it's crazy because I remember HEX going to its all-time high. I remember buying HEX the very first time you could buy a Uniswap. I was in day one for the auction lobbies, all that, early HEX investors. A lot of you guys know the story. I never thought, like, when we were breaking 20 cents, 30 cents. I mean, 1 cent at the very beginning when people talked about HEX was like, that'll never happen. Like, people said that it would never happen. I almost started believing it, but I was stuck in a lot of stakes for at least 1 year after, I staked them all out for a couple months after big payday, and it turned out to be a mega payday. But I remember hitting 1 penny. I was like, hey, they said it couldn't hit a penny. Can it hit 2? It went to 10 cents, 20 cents, 30 cents. You saw all-time highs above 40 cents. And I just never thought that after I hit it all the time like that, we'd be seeing 2 zeros and a 524. Like, I couldn't ever predict that. Oh my gosh. By the way, guys, happy Cinco de Mayo. Gosh, everyone's out there probably celebrating. Hopefully, drink one for me, all right? If you're out there and you got a bottle of alcohol, my favorite before I had to stop was Tito's vodka. But my earlier days on Cinco de Mayo, I was out there drinking all the tequilas, everything I could get my hands on. But I mostly Tito's vodka on any given day. So take a shot for me. I don't drink anymore. I wish I could, but it wasn't even. We didn't even have tacos today. We went to the doctors with the kids. I got an ear infection, so I had chicken noodle soup. Happy Cinco de Mayo. Hessican Hill. This is way earlier today. He said, "Let's go, let's go." Hey, I hope you're doing well, brother. Thank you for all the information and things that you've shared in the chats. New member to R2R. If you guys are interested in the Wreck to Riches group, VIP group, there's a link in the description how to contact me if you have an interest. What up, Goo God? Good morning, King. King, hey, we got the King token doing pretty well. I saw the chart earlier today. Smash that like button. I appreciate you, brother. HEX Man, yo, what up, my boy R2R? Thank you for being here. HEX is going to pump before Pulse. Maybe. Let's see. Mexican Hill. Secret to the moon. And we're going to get into the secret, right? Before we do that, let's take a look really quick at the price of Bitcoin. And we'll talk about Pulsechains Biggest Secret, all right? Bitcoin, $94,391. All right, we got a little bit of sideways action going on here in the Bitcoin ranges between 93, 94, 95,000. I think we saw 96,000 over the weekend. Got a $1,805 Ethereum. Interesting thing is 2 days away on Cinco de Mayo night, about 48 hours away from the big upgrade. They call it the Petra upgrade, May 7th. It's supposed to happen. So if you're a developer, it's, your wet dream, right? A lot of things that are going to improve that developers will be excited about when it comes to building a DeFi. I think it'll directly impact like your DeFi dApps, NFTs, the user interaction with them. But for retail, it's going to be like when you hear an upgrade, they're like wind moon, right? Wind moon. The biggest thing as far as the upgrade is the staking, guys. Like literally the staking, since we went proof of work to proof of stake, the validators only had a max of 32 ETH that you could stake. Now it's a max 2,048 in about 2 days when this upgrade happens. So there's a lot of speculation going on. But from my research, the biggest impact is going to be with the layer 2s. So that's going to affect layer 2s more than anything. But one thing I did mention in chat earlier, and before we get into today's topic, is go look at what they call the Bollinger Band Squeeze. Okay, Bollinger, spelled Bollinger, Band Squeeze. Right now, we're there. All right, and in the next 48 hours when this upgrade happens, that good old Bollinger Band Squeeze is either going to moonshot us up north or send us right back down. And it's a slingshot up or a slingshot down. It's a band, like a rubber band squeeze. So we're going to anticipate volatility north or south. We'll see what happens when we get there, right? Obviously, if retail fills a nothing burger, we know where the band ends up. But if everybody's impacted in a positive way, could be a good price for ETH, and that's a beautiful thing for Pulsechain. So everyone cross your fingers, and let's hope that we get something good from here. Let's get into today's topic. All right. So before we jump right into that, right, we always got to shout out good old OG Web Chef, because we are going to be talking about a token that has the ability to print, right? And the reason why we bring up OG Web Chef is we always want to shout him out for his work, him and Hum. Shout out to those two developers, out there that are working together to create excitement on Pulsechain during times where it's been like, hey, we're going down, we're going up, oh, we're going back down again. And the sentiment gets very like depressing, especially for people who sacrificed. Some of you that are onboarding like since the sacrifice have bought cheaper than most people that are here today. Kudos to you. But people on Pulsechain have been looking for different opportunities. And I think like the biggest like narrative in the entire Pulsechain just got murked, PDI. So the printer's reborn, right? OG Web Chef, Hums, they've been really cooking. They've even added an additional team member. He goes by the name of 3D Rect, I believe that's how you say it. Shout out to him. He's had his contribution. I remember hearing him for the first time, a few months back, maybe it was a couple months back in a VC where he was like, hey guys, I love what you're doing, but there's a way to, set up your distribution of tokens where it's more gas efficient. So they work together. There's a lot of changes being made. We'll take a look at the printers here. I mean, a lot of people are complaining. There's no way you can deny that, but I'm like, you got to remember, in what world do we live in where, you either go up or you go down. But when you're going down, is there any world that you live in where you can compound 1%, 1.46%, 2.15%, 2.39% on the dips, right? You usually just have a token and you go down with it and you wait for it to go up. This, you can compound on any other tokens. Like, what is there? 4 different tokens in the OG Web Chef ecosystem that you can compound on the dips while it's up, while it's down, and increase your position and just let the man cook. So what that's going to lead us to is we're going to talk about Secret. Now, we'll jump to the website here. Community members from the OG Web Chef community came together with the Secret token. Okay, there is another token as far as RSI. We'll talk a little bit about that as well. RSI token was first, Secret token was second. Now, obviously, they're inspired by what OG has done. They're inspired by, the creativity and the passive income. That's what drives people to want to, do anything along the lines of creating a printer like this. So, community members that put this together. Shout out to all of you. A lot of you, some of you have connected with, some of you I haven't yet. If I forget your name, sorry. But shout out to all of you guys. You know who you are. Some of them are now in R2R. So like I said, like your network is your network. So I try to network with as many people as I can, so that, you have access to information and access to things when they come out. So looking here, we're looking at the website, and it's a beautiful site. I'm not going to lie. I went to it earlier ago. They put some effort in. When you see a community-driven project and you start to research it, you go dig a little bit deeper. I was told about this from a friend who is in R2R, and I was able to get in. I would think maybe it's been like 6 or 7 days I've been in this project. I think it's been out like maybe 20 plus days. We'll take a look in a second. Today I got my mother-in-law in. And I caught her in on this token. So, like, I'm not a financial advisor, for damn sure not a professional, but I did get a family member who happens to be a mother-in-law into this token today because I was liking the yield. And I was starting to learn more about the people in the past few days and who they are, following them on Twitter and what their goals are and how they approach the community. And I like what I see. So, conspiracy.secretinitiative.com. I'll put this in the link of the video now. I didn't have it in prior to the video. I didn't want to give it away until we started the video. So I'll put the link to the website in the description of YouTube. I just updated that now so you guys can check it out. But Pulsechains Best Kept Secret is now live. Named it Secret Token, the hidden catalyst of the RSI ecosystem. So remember, RSI came first, and this is in addition to RSI as part of its ecosystem. We'll cover that in a minute. So you come here, you're going to learn about, the bells and whistles, guys. Hidden in plain sight, Secret is a stealth protocol within Pulsechains RSI ecosystem. It isn't meant to trend. It's designed to build, reward, operate with purpose. So, they're a small group community inspired by OG Web Chef. They know all the guys. Everyone knows each other, from OG Web Chef to the builders here. And the ultimate goal is to grow organically, right? I didn't connect with anybody that was like, hey, I'm going to send you $1,000 in tokens. Can you talk about us? Like, no, I had bought it. I connected with some of the members that are part of this community that are in the know, that are part of it. And I was like, hey, what's up? You're in the group now. Hey, by the way, can I get some information so is it okay if I live stream? Got the okay. Now we're here. So that's organic as far as like somebody talking about it right now, an influencer. I don't want to call myself an influencer, but what influenced me to want to talk about it and get me excited about it was I've been in it. I like the ROI. I like the consistent rewards. I like what they're doing. Mother-in-law's in. Boom. Bada bing, bada boom. Right? Let's see. Covertly reward long-term agents with tangible multi-asset rewards. So you're getting 3 different assets right now. We'll take a look at that on a special site that I'll pull up. We'll take a look at wallets and what they reward. But remember to come here and do your research. A field ecosystem operation via encrypted treasury. incentivize deep, stable liquidity without compromising decentralization. So it is paying out through these what you would call taxes, right? So liquidity deepening protocol, 0.5% of the actual tax. So if you add these all together, 4.5 plus a half is 5%, plus the 1%, 6%. If you're buying on Pulsechains, you're probably going to need to use 6 to 7% slippage to make your purchase. But 0.5% of this is for thickening the liquidity, making it deeper, right? Increases liquidity across Pulsechain. The multi-asset reflection layer, that's 4.5% of the taxes on buys and sells. This reflects and distributes rewards to the loyal agents. That's you, the holder. And then 1% Treasury Deployment Fund powers RSI development and expansion. So the charts here, we'll take a look at it on a deck screener here. And, I'll show you the opportunity. I think it's easy to see right away because everything that people look for, even though Richard Hart has always told us, and I always tell people, like, market cap means nothing. It means everything to everybody, okay? So market cap, no matter how much you say, it's just the vanity number. It's a nothing, When people see it's a $377,000 market cap, they go, all right, I'm ready to rock and roll, straight and stroll. That's tiny, because it is. It is. It's got a low market cap of $377,000. So that's going to make anybody feel early. Its liquidity is thin, 34,000. It's low liquidity, just like everything on Pulsechain right now. We know why. The incentive token, Richard Hart's idea behind incentivizing people to take off their liquidity assets and stop providing LP was to thin out the LP across the entire chain so we can go up rapidly. And we go down rapidly too as well. So volatility is the price you pay. But this means that this can definitely, with some increased volume, more users, people buying and selling through all the mechanics, not only grow in price, but reward the users as well in a variety of different ways, which is the token distribution. So $34,000 in liquidity. If you scroll down here, this token is 23 days, 18 hours old. You want to look in comparison to when it launched, right? We see these big spikes on launches. They come down, they last seconds. Take a look here. The lowest it's been since launch. Looks like it launched on the 14th. So here on the 16th, we had 5 zeros and a 7. Over here on the 23rd, 5 zeros and a 9, 9-3. It's been up and to the right. Had some corrections, back up. What we like to see in printers is sideways action, right? So price discovery happens though. The more people discover the secret token, the more people experience the yield. They find out about the yield, the more you're going to see these things change. So when it comes to taking a look at what people are actually earning, right? You're going to want to be able to everyone wants to see stats. So I did get, and let me double check here in my message here, because I'm going to show you a actual stat calculator. And I just want to pull up the message here. I'm pretty sure I did get the okay to, let's see, but you could, yeah. I could show this on, okay, they did say I can show this on the stream. You can show it on the stream. Okay. So we're going to take a look on how you would look at your ROI from here, right? So let's just do something really fun. We'll come here to the holders and we'll pick out a wallet, like an itty, bitty, mighty mo, right? So look at the token supply right here, 12.5 billion. If you want to be exact, it's 12,596,000,000 tokens. And you'll scroll down here, right? You'll see a smart contracts, the second wallet. Here's the top wallet. Go into the chat. You ask what each wallet holds. What's that? What's what? You'll know, what this is, what the top wallet is. Go ask those questions. You got to do your homework, right? So let me scroll down just to somebody who's got, let's say, 1% of the supply. Let's copy this address, 1% of the supply. We're going to jump over here and plug the numbers in, right? So I'm going to plug in that wallet here, and we'll take a look at the holdings, right? I don't know this guy. This guy don't know me. Right? He don't know me. But we're going to take a look at the holdings for that wallet that has 1% of the supply. And if we go back really quick here, oh no, we can see it right here. He holds, let's see, conspiracy tokens. I don't know why it says, oh no, here we go. He has ROI, your balance is 48,000. Am I pulling up the right wallet? Let me pull up another one. I don't know why that one didn't pull up. I'll refresh it, I'll double check. Let me grab really quick here. Somebody with 2%, like this one. All right, we'll go back. We'll refresh. Maybe I didn't do it right, but let me do it again. No harm, no foul. All right, so we're gonna add this wallet here. We'll remove the first one. Boom, okay. So it shows what this guy has here. His value in a printer, which is the conspiracy secret token, is valued at $7,970. His 24-hour earnings is $200. Okay, so we can kind of take a look at the ROI here on the data for the past 3 days and 24 hours. So for this wallet, he holds roughly 265,864,704 secret token. His 3-day ROI is a plus 4.93%. 24 hours is 2.51%. So here are the 3 tokens that are distributed to you guys right now. And here you'll notice wrapped ETH, right? They call it WETH, wrapped ETH. He earned $70 per day in wrapped ETH. The SAV token, SAV token, that's an OG Web Chef token, by the way. That's one of the highest paid yields right now if we scroll back, just to jump back to OG. So you can see the support and love from the community over there, putting some buy pressure on the #1 printer right now, an OG Web Chef's token. So like I said, it's from the community over there on that side. Over here, showing some love with making some printers and supporting an OG Web token. So he's earning $64.47 in SAV token, which you can stack. He can stack that daily, right? Not even sell it and let it ride, right? Earn the ROI daily on letting that sit. In addition, the third token, it's being distributed, $65.57 of PulseX. So printed 3 different printers right now. Hey, I like that. And I like the fact that it's early on. The people behind it, like I said, it's community driven, and they are just looking to make a token like OGs, make these webbed LPs. We'll take a look at RSI in a second here and give you yield. Okay. So like if anyone were to ask me what my strategy is, because I've only been in this one for 6 days, now my mother-in-law's in. Now that I interacted with the smart contracts, I think the change since I've been in is the wrapped ETH used to be the RSI token. So now you're earning wrapped ETH, right? So now the strategy is different because I don't want to sell my SAV, my SAV token. I want to keep it, to be honest. And I want to sell my PulseX and my wrapped ETH rewards. So I don't know if this guy's doing that, to buy back Secret and Compound while letting my SAV token sit back and earn rewards. That's my strategy, right? Everyone's a little bit different on what they'll actually do. But a little bit of alpha to send your way, right? And this is speculation, right? There's going to be a third token because right now, if we click here, let me take a look. Let me pull it up here. I have it here in my charts. RSI is the original token of the ecosystem. This is the ecosystem that it's being burnt around, RSI, right? Or built around. 2 months old, 2 months, 24 days old, right? When they came out. So there's RSI, Secret, and there's a third token that's speculated, right, to come out that is going to be a stablecoin printer. This is going to help both Secret and RSI. So while you're sitting there, doing your research, just understand that there is the RSI token. It's got its own website. It's got its own Twitter. You got to join the Telegram, follow them on Twitter, go to the OG token, original token that launched, which is Residents of the Secret Initiative, RSI token. and learn about it, right? 7.2% of the supply burned. You can go into here, learn more about it. But the fact that the third token that will be, that's speculated to come out will be in support of these two tokens. It'll be a stable token printer. Got to be pretty excited, right? So for me, I own Secret right now. Now I'm going to start to get a little bit of RSI. So like coming back to my strategy, if we go back here, like just the thought that I just got in my brain, I'm like, okay, maybe I just sell the Pulsechains to Compound, use the wrap ETH to go and loop it into buying RSI because I know I'm going to want RSI. Okay. So especially of the third token that's going to be added to this ecosystem is a stable token printer. I want to make sure, since it's going to support both of these assets, which is RSI and Secret, that I'm getting some more RSI, because right now I'm lopsided in the ecosystem. Out of two, I got one, right? But I want both. So I could say right now that I could swap it up, use like keep the SAV, use the wrap ETH to buy RSI, compound the Pulsechains, and be happy with that. And then get some dry powder, going through different ways in crypto, trading whatever it may be, and get ready for the drop for, that speculated third token asset that's going to be a stable token printer. Allegedly, apparently, we speculate, right? So that I'm pretty, excited about. If you come here to RSI website, though, you learn about the treasury, which treasuries play an important role in any token or any ecosystem. So RSI is going to get the boost it deserves, and it's going to get the recognition as well. I think what the thing about like this hidden gem right now is people in R2R have been talking about it, right, for about a week now. And when I found out about it, I bought it. Now that people realize, like, okay, the ROI is pretty good, bro. This is where you get people that are going to drop in. And then the ecosystem is going to be like growing. And you'll see RSI grow because of new users. You'll see Secret grow. And then you'll definitely see people anticipating and excited to, prep up for, any additional tokens that are to come. How big they'll expand, I don't know. I think the good advantage they have is anytime that you are inspired by a certain ecosystem, a particular one, for one in particular, like OG Web Chef, you get to see what they do right and what they do wrong, and the things that they fix and the things that they want to fix and then they do fix, and all the experimenting that they have done. These guys get to sit back and like get that learning experience from a user and the people that are building from the developer point of view, and come with fresh, I guess you could say, data to make things strong and sustainable, right? Because right now everyone's just looking for a place to call home, sustainability. It's cryptocurrency. It's hard to find that, but at the end of the day, I find it very beneficial for me personally to be able to reap the benefit of, okay, if I hold Pulse and PulseX and it's down, okay, I go down with the price, right? If I want to buy more, I have to come up with dry powder. Well, if I'm in a token like this and the price goes down, it's printing a daily ROI that I can compound on the dip, or I can compound as it trades sideways, or I can compound as it's going up, or extract, whatever you really want. But in what world can you soak up 2.62% ROI on a dip or going sideways and compound more? Only in these ecosystems. So that's unique. That's special, right? So I think there's a lot of good ways to show good practices in these ecosystems, right? We've seen a lot of things change throughout with OG Web Chef, and right now we just saw them. If we want to go into it really quick, make their way onto Ethereum. It sounds like OG is excited about the Petra upgrade for Ethereum, right? And it's called the world's greatest ETH printer. OG made it. It's on Ethereum. So here's the opportunity I saw, right? Is you saw earlier people extract value from his own printers. And I even saw a sell-off in Secret token as well. Bridge over, get onto here. People are already taking profits. I know I did because I'm on Pulsechain because I'm an Ethereum refugee, right? You know what I mean? So I know sometimes gas can be more efficient over here, and I understand the Petra upgrade is supposed to help, but like my understanding about ETH right now is the layer 2s are going to feel the wrath of benefit when it comes to the Petra upgrade. Layer 2s, not Ethereum itself, but the layer 2s, right? And the staking aspect of it. Those are going to be like the biggest impacts. So I was like, okay, I respect him as a developer and he's excited about Ethereum, but I don't think it's going to be like, hey, May 7th hits and everything's great again. No. I found it as an opportunity to come in early, get out, go back and buy my favorite tokens. And I told R2R, I'm getting more dominance. I'm getting Secret, right? And I was getting Remember Token, right? Shout out to Remember Token because it's on a crazy dip, right? It's on a crazy dip. So that's what I planned on doing. Now I got to mix it up a little bit because I got the secret sauce token right here. Earned some nice ROI. I need to get some RSI. Can't forget about this, right? And it really just not getting the volume at this point. But when people discover, right, because they're gonna realize, oh, hold up, 2.62%. Let me take a look at that real quick. Oh, it's paying SAV token. Oh, SAV token is the highest printer on OGs, 2.36%. You know, you start doing math, you start figuring things out. You know the drill. You know what happens. Then they're going to say, okay, what is this RSI token? And I think that's when RSI token will start to get buyers and start to get volume, which is very important for these ecosystems. In addition to that, the third token, like we speculate, it's going to help the both of them and print a stable token. I'm excited about that if that happens, right? So yeah, this happens to be Pulsechains biggest secret. And it really is, man, because I don't think a lot of the guys know. I know a lot of people on R2R have heard about it, right? But right now, a lot of them are in a situation where they're going through the growing pains with OG Web Chefs and the changes. So sentiment's a little bit different, right? So they may not be like ready to jump onto anything else or split ways. I'm like, listen, man, when opportunity presents itself, I make myself, and it's a habit you have to form, and it's hard to do, really, because like the fear. When things are like rough and nobody wants it, then I have to want it. I have to go for it. Okay? When the crowd is looking the other way, I have to look a certain direction. But I have to see, that direction, there's some benefits here, right? The thing is, how do I know the crowd's not looking here? Well, it's only a $385,000 market cap. Okay? How many heads do you think would turn if we see, just based off the amount of rotations we've seen in OG Web Chefs and entire tokens that have been going up and down? When one goes up, they rotate. Some people just compound and use rewards to buy other tokens. But you got to admit, like, people will discover these numbers are going to be really excited, right? Which is good. I wouldn't really say that it's like direct competition. This is just another ecosystem that was driven by the community that's excited about what was built. It wanted to do something for the people that are already in printers, make printers for, rewarding PulseX, right? Rewarding wrapped ETH, SAV, support the ecosystem they love the most. So that for me was a big selling point. And, at the end of the day, you got to do your research and see what fits for you. Why buy RSI when it doesn't pay yield. Well, that's the thing. You're going to risk buying a token at the time where it's not performing, right? If you believe that RSI, since it's the first token, right, and Secret is the second token, and it's a ecosystem and potentially a third token that's coming, and it's speculated the third token is going to benefit both. The benefit to RSI could be good, could mean yield down the road. So you can only speculate. So I want to be prepared and have what I can have in both tokens in the same ecosystem as much as I can before the crowd does. Because when you are going to want it the most and when it makes the most sense for you to buy this token, whether it's RSI or Secret, is when the market caps are bigger and people are literally shouting at the top of the mountains and bragging about their ROI. Okay? That's when everyone's going to want to buy it. But if you identify that these things are happening now and the opportunity is there, and you factor in what you consider a calculated risk, it's not going to make or break you, however you operate. I like to invest more than I can afford to lose. I'm just being honest. I do that. I always have. I take risk. I'm still young. Everyone's different. Then you sometimes you strike gold. Sometimes you get wrecked, right? Rich or wrecked. It's not just like something I say. It's like true. You could get rich or you could get wrecked. So when the opportunity is there and the risk is there, I know that there's possibility for reward. So RSI, I sold myself on that thought, right? Not guaranteed anything. Not guaranteed anything. Maybe it will someday. Hey, HEX can heal. What's the worst printer on Pulsechain currently? I don't know. I'm not sure. Yeah, we all still learning these printers. I agree. We all need to try and get better entries in all printers. Myself, like many others, we're buying all printers, even on big green candles. Yeah, I said this earlier. I think it was to you directly too. As long as I buy on a massive green candle and a massive red candle, I always find myself, if it's a good project, doing very well in the end. And that, all in the same sentence, could be bad or it could be good. And the payoff is, you dollar cost average, trade sideways, and you can have the ability to compound in these ecosystems to not only make up for your green candle purchase, but compound to make up for the difference, not only on your red candle purchase, but compounding is in addition to that. So there's strategies to this. Patience, you got to have PPO as well in crypto. Patience pays off. Sometimes you just sit back and watch the crowd do their thing, and you just wait. And maybe you decide like, nah, I'm not going to do it. Everyone's got their different situations, their different motives, their different risk tolerance. You just got to feel comfortable at the end of the day. Maybe someone will have the world's worst someday. Yeah, I think the world's worst. The world's worst right now on Pulsechain? P-Die. Let's see. Yeah, you did. You're right. I agree. DCA and Compound, you can make up a lot. Yeah, everyone's got a different, strategy for that. Like I look at Secret, I go, I'm cool with the trading sideways when I get in. But the truth behind this is it's so small it can grow. So a 5X is literally a little bit over a $1.5 million market cap, right? Out of 5X, you can imagine a correction, a hard correction back down to where it originally was, 500K market cap. People with DCA, like if this 5X is the $1.5 million market cap, there's going to be people that bought all the way up, and they're going to need to compound on that correction. So there's like if you were in OG's ecosystem, there's a lot of things you could learn that you could have, would have, should have did and apply it here, right? So now that I've had that experience, I would consider myself a better investor when it comes to coming here now. You know what I'm saying? Like, but I'm early also, much earlier than I feel like I was in OGs in this, because this is just getting started. You know, they're not marketing. There's not a heavy push. We're not the crypto coffees out there talking about it. It's low key. It's low key, just community driven. The community knows about it. People that know people know about it. It's got an itty bitty market cap. But, you know, the time will come where the market cap, you know, goes up. And when that happens, corrections happen, and how you make your decisions based off how you know, operating with OG. Maybe you didn't sell at the top, and remember, you guys, a lot of you guys know, I was like, oh, I didn't sell at the top. Remember, I could have bought more, right? You learn from those mistakes, and you become better. So, like, for instance, like this, if my entry's here and it does go to 1.5 million market cap, let's say it does, like, I'm not going to feel bad selling and coming back on a dip, because I think the dips are just part of the game, right? It's still be in the ecosystem. But that's how early you are. That's the opportunity you get when you're early. And you either take it or leave it on the table. Everyone does something different. Not everybody can cash out, you know, out of 5x, 10x. That's just not how crypto works. So there's different layers to profits here. I just think being in early, I can compound and get into a position where maybe I wouldn't even want to sell at 5x. And that's where I was with Remember. That's why I didn't sell the top, because I was printing and I was like 5x from my position that I bought. You know, now it's round trip, but that's part of the game. Things change. So join their Telegram. If you're here on Deck Screener, go to their Telegram group, follow them on Twitter. It's important that you get all the information that you need from these guys. You go in there, be a part of the community. They're very active. They're out there answering questions. I feel, looking at this, I like the people that are involved. I like the position as far as the market cap that I'm getting in at. And I definitely have been enjoying the rewards for the past going almost 1 week. So 2.73% in the past 24 hour. That's not bad. It's what is this valued at $8,100 for this wallet? $206 a day. Compound, sell, whatever you want to do. It's up to you. So let's take a look if there's anyone in the chat here. What's up? PPO, sorry. Yeah, PPO, patient pays off. It does. It does. But remember, guys, don't forget to pound that like button, right? Show some support. Listen, there's going to be, I think, like, I'm doing a late night stream. People in R2R, we're going to be talking about it. Word gets out quick. Other people will learn that there's ROI, you know, daily ROI is out there. The new meta on Pulsechains. There's not a whole lot going on. So I'm looking at this like, I feel early. Maybe you don't see it. Maybe you're like, nah, it ain't early. That's up to you. But I really feel like I'm just going to do what I got to do, you know? And if everything works out, we'll see updates. I've added it to my watch list. So everything I add to my watch list as I continue to do live streams, I can do Monday through Friday. I bring up, look at the prices. So we'll keep a close eye out on everything. And, you know, a week out, we can take a look and see, you know, how's everyone doing? If we trade sideways, great. If we go down a little bit, compound in the dips, go up a little bit, compound up here and there, take profits, it's all gravy. The goal is to support it through compounding mechanics. For me personally, you know, compound when I can, get a little bit of RSI, educate the crowd, my people in R2R, do a little content for it, show support. Now I'm in it, excited. We'll see where this goes. So don't forget to pound that like button, drop a comment. Till next time, we shall do it again. Yeah, dog.
Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including E.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including got me on Avex and bought me some Joe. Farming go crazy, you know how it goes. Zuby on Phantom, I got a few notes. Sticking my Rex, you know I'm gon' hold. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Getting these calls from the dog pound. Buy my dot for the next round. Now I'm coming up off the compound. Got my drip off the rebound. Crypto talk with Thomas G.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming all around, including E.
Yeah, dog.
Bringing heat, mining sprees, and we're farming